Hey guys, it's Maddie 6 Minecraft and Roblox, and today I am going to be telling you some scary stories I made up. Now, I made these ones up off the top of my head, so they're not the best, but I made them up within as I went along. So, enjoy! The first story I'm going to be telling you today is called The Curse of the Saxophone. Now, our story begins with a girl named Emma. Emma was in a club that not many people did. She was in the local band. Now, her band was really unpopulated. A lot of kids decided to do, other clubs instead of band. Emma was different. She was dedicated to playing. It was something that could literally give her a break, something that she could do whenever she needed help. So, on this fateful day, Emma's band teacher was sick. So, she thought, I guess I better not. You know what? I still do need the extra practice, so I think I'll go after school anyways. She went up to the principal and asked, and the principal said it would be okay. She just had to be out before 7 o'clock. Now, Emma went to the band room, and she was trying to find her music. She looked in her folder and realized, my brother Joe's music is in my folder, not mine. Her brother Joe also played an instrument. He played the trombone. Now, since Emma played the saxophone, she couldn't use any of the music that her brother had. I guess I'd just look at some of the music that the band teacher has, she said. She looked at some of the music and said, some of this music is pretty advanced for my level. Some of this music is pretty advanced, she thought. I think I might try some of it. She looked through the music and tried to find the easiest one. The song she looked at was called The Bluebird's Flight. Emma pulled out the sheet and decided to start playing. She put together her saxophone and started playing the song. As she played, her instrument started to get softer. It wasn't her, because she was trying to play loudly, but every little time the instrument kept going quieter and quieter and quieter until it stopped. This is weird, she said, but there's no reason to give up. I really need this extra practice. She tried to play again, but then no air was getting through hers. She tried to look inside of her saxophone, thinking there might be something clogging it, when she saw an egg. The egg was bright purple, and it had green spots on it. But the cracking of the egg interrupted her. As the egg opened, she saw purple dust. The dust flew all around her, bringing everything in the band room to life, including her saxophone. She looked to the side of the saxophone, realizing it wasn't hers. It was her band teacher's? But I put this last here. All of the instruments started swarming around her. Die, 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 they said to her. As the instruments got closer, she looked at the sheet music again and realized that it was just a label on top of it. She looked again and pulled off the label and saw that the instrument was called... The instrument started swimming around her. She looked at the sheet again and saw that it was called An Instrument's Curse. As the instruments started to swarm around her, she knew she had no choice. Then they pounced. And that's where she died. The end. Now, the next story I have for you to listen to today is called Detention of Teachers. Enjoy! Now, this story I want to tell you takes place in a school. This school was located in Canada. Now, our story begins with a boy named Joe. Joe was not a very good boy. He was known for getting in trouble and had to go to detention a lot. Our story begins with him in math class. Alright, can somebody please tell me what 3 times 6 equals? Is it your butt? Joe would respond. Detention, the teacher said, handing him a slip. You better report there at the end of the day, or else. By now, Joe was used to going to detention, but he's never heard his teacher say or else. He just shrugged it off, thinking they're just trying to get his attention, and at the end of the day, he reported to the detention room. The lady running the detention room was a very young lady. I think she taught like in the 8th grade, Joe thought. But anyways, Joe sat down and he was there for a couple of hours until he started getting extremely bored. I can't deal with this much longer, he would think in his head. Miss, he asked. The teacher looked at him. Is there any way I can do any tasks or anything for you so I can get some detention time off? He asked. Sure, take this note to the principal's office. Slide it under the door. Don't open the door. Okay, ma'am, he said. He took the sheet of paper and made his way down to the principal's office. As he was about to slip it under, he realized that he couldn't, so he went to open up the door to set it on the desk. As he opened up the door, he set it and then was about to leave when he heard a creak. He looked up to see his principal on the ceiling. His principal was disshapen, and he turned his neck around, cracking it. Hello, student. But then the principal looked at himself. Oh, looks like you discovered my secret. You better get out of here now before I make this any worse. Here, take this, he said, setting it on the desk. Then he ran. He decided to camp out in the lunchroom. He saw the lunch ladies, with their hands out with their spoon like they usually do. But the lunch ladies didn't move. They stood there completely still. What? He said, walking up to them. He pointed to one of them, and he poked them. Dolls. Human-like dolls. They're human-like dolls, he said, looking at them creepily. This is not good. He ran into each classroom trying to find a place to hang out, but each classroom was empty. If it wasn't empty, it had another defigured person in it. The dolls moved and started chasing him as he ran. But soon, he looked out the window and saw that it was day. The dolls stopped. Where am I? They asked him. You don't know? He asked. What happened? The teachers didn't know anything, he thought. Ever since that day, Joe's never trusted a teacher. He refuses to walk into schools and refuses to go anywhere near a detention room. To this day, he doesn't speak to anybody. Some say he was killed at the school. Others say that he just died. Some say he lives alone in a house. But nobody really knows what happened to him after he got out. And that's where the story ends. So since I'm almost up to 15 minutes, I'm going to end this video here. If you guys want to see more creepy stories of me making up weird stories and stuff, let me know down in the comments. Anyways, thanks for watching. Oh, and if I get 5 views on this video, I'll make a part 2. But anyways, thanks for watching and bye!